Greetings everyone, Spartan here. Welcome to my draft analysis for the Weather World Cup Draft League Gamut Division. Now, a few things to mention before we begin. First, I decided to get out of my hiatus and return to Draft League. If you haven't noticed, especially with the lack of content on the channel, I took a nice long break after LDL Season 10. I'll discuss about that with some videos coming up later. I haven't taken a break from a proper break for the past 3 years doing Draft League, so I went ahead and took a nice good 2 months, probably 2.5 months away from playing Draft League and just Pokemon in general. While making content, specifically streaming. You should follow me at twitch.tv/Spartan75. I've been streaming a lot lately there. I've been playing other games on my own time, focusing on work, and I've also been trying to find ways to improve myself as a Pokemon player mentally. I didn't really play any Pokemon games, but I've been doing like research, meditation, and all that other stuff to pretty much make sure I don't get too heated when I lose, or I don't know. It hits differently whenever you lose, especially in a finals game. But I'm much better now. Don't worry, I'm much better. I'm in a better mindset, and I believe I'm ready to get back into Draft League without losing myself, and getting all heated up from losing. Hopefully. Secondly, as you can see on the screen, I am now under a new team, the Ontario Meloetta. Shoutouts to Yolander, as he's the one who made this commission. Much appreciated. But don't worry, the Victorville Victini are still around, but moving forward, I wanted to have more than one team in terms of draft leagues. So for the Victorville Victini, they'll be restricted to the regular season Wi-Fi leagues, while the Ontario Meloetta will be for showdown and off-season Wi-Fi draft leagues. So hopefully that works out. And lastly, there will be some more content added here on the YouTube channel. I know I haven't really uploaded lately, but I have been streaming a lot, and I think I want to start posting up like my VODs of the games I've been playing, and also learning how to edit. So it'll take some time. It'll take some time for me to get some stuff up on the channel other than Draft League stuff. So just give me some time. It's a learning experience for me. But anyways, let's get into the draft. So it's a 12 for the Gamma Division. It's 12-man with a snake draft, and it was a points draft as well. So if you don't know what the points draft is, you get a certain amount of points to spend on what to draft, and you can get between 9 to 12 Pokemon on your team. The points for this one was 120, and there were some good Pokemon to choose, but I was in like damn near in the middle of the draft. I think it was 7th out of 12, so I was near the middle, so I may not be able to get everything I wanted. So yeah, but as for the draft, it was kind of hard to draft at least the first pick. Well, actually no, it was difficult overall. The first pick, I initially wanted Dragapult, but since I was in the middle of the draft, I wasn't able to get it. And then I was like, okay, let me get Tornadus. Therian. I love them on. As much as I don't hit my Hurricanes, I still love them on. And I was like, okay, let me go ahead and grab it. Nope, someone else already got it before I did. I was like, dang it. So I was like, what else to draft? Was there to draft? I mean, there's Tapu Lele, and it was very, very tempting to draft it. But then I was like, nah, that wouldn't be fair, in my honest opinion. I mean, it's not no expanding force on Lele, luckily. But still. And then there was Galarian Darmanitan. I was also tempting, but then it was like, Galarian Darmanitan is a one-trick pony. And it's hard to use it. Well, not hard to use it, but it's just that people can easily counter it if they draft it correctly. So I didn't win for Galarian Darmanitan. And then I was also thinking about Dracovish. I've drafted it before. And even though I've used it, I kind of don't like it in Draft League because it kind of limits what you can do in draft when you face off against a Dracovish, let alone when you draft Dracovish, because you have to find ways of dealing with those water absorb storm drain users. So it was kind of hard. So I didn't go for Dracovish, but there was one Mon that was still available, and I was like, why is Cinderace there? Yeah, in like the highest points possible, 18 points. They told me it was Libero Cinderace. And I was like, okay, let me draft Cinderace then. Libero Cinderace is pretty strong. I mean, there may be like a game or two I'll probably use Blaze, but not gonna lie, I kinda like having a Libero user. If you don't know what Libero does, it's similar to Protean. If you don't know what Protean does, pretty much whatever move you use, you turn into that typing, and thus you gain stab damage onto that move. So it like, let's say for instance, I go for Sucker Punch with Cinderace. I transform to that dark type, I go for the move, and it does the normal damage it does plus stat. So it's very interesting that I'm able to get this mod. Pyro Ball, High Jump Kick, Gunk Shot, then Headbutt. I'm gonna be missing all those moves. Oh man. But other than that, it has a great speed of base 119. Could be a little bit faster, maybe like 120, 121. But I ain't complaining too much. But other than that, Grip Pivoting Mon with U-Turn does have its unique move, Court Change, which allows me to switch hazards on the field. So let's say my opponent set up screens on his side, but I have rocks on my side. I could go for Court Change. Now I have screens, and my opponent's side, my opponent has the rocks on his side. So hopefully I can pull something off with that. Next up, I needed like a bulky Mon to like try to work well with Cinderace, and I was thinking about a grass type. And what better grass type to pick than Oman that I've never got the chance to draft before in Generation 7, let alone in National X. And that is Mega Venusaur. Having a Mon that has thick fat is pretty good. Defensively and offensively, Mega Venusaur is really strong. Base 120, like above base 120 stats in its special attack, defense, and Spadef is really bulky. Having great tools to benefit from it. Also gaining access to like Earth Power, for example, is really substantial. Other than that, it's pretty much like my bulky grass type. I was thinking about Tangrowth, but then I was like, but then there's Mega Venusaur, and I never get to draft it. So, there we have it. Nothing much to say other than that. It's a grounded poison. It's a really great Mon. Hopefully I can use it offensively at some point instead of using it defensively. Hopefully. But yeah. Anyways. Next Pokemon, I kind of wanted to finish off the Fire Water Grass Core. I did not know what mon to pick. I was having a hard time. And I asked people, like, hey, well, what Pokemon works well with these two? Or what bulky water type should I draft, or something like that? And they were like, you should draft Vaporeon. And I was like, I guess. I mean, it's not that bad, you know what I mean? I like Vaporeon. It's a bulky, base 130 HP Wish Passer. It now gets flip turn, so I don't always have to run a Baton Pass. So let's say someone tries to Leech Seed me as I go for Wish, and then I can go for a fast U-turn, and I don't, instead of going for Baton Pass, because if I use Baton Pass and I'm Leech Seeded, that Leech Seed will carry over to the next Pokemon, and I don't want that. So anyways, other than that, it does have good special attack, not gonna lie. I think it's like base 110. So Vaporeon can be a bulky offensive. Hydro Pump, Scald, Ice Beam, Shadow Ball. It's not that bad offensively, but of course it's very slow. Other than that, it's also a nice little water absorb user as well. Don't expect it to tank too many physical attacks, but we'll see how things go. Next Pokemon on the list, I did not know exactly what to draft, and I really didn't know. And Weather Gamer, aka Zach, gave me some advice on what to draft next. And initially, it was going to be Zygarde 10%. But after the draft, with enough points, I managed to switch from Zygarde 10% to Zygarde 50%. Zygarde is I don't know how to explain this mon. It's bulky, very bulky, base 121 in defense, a decent speed with 95, base 100 attack, I believe base 100 in HP, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, sorry about that. Let me see. Let me double check. Zygarde. Yep, base 108 HP, base 121 in defense. It has a usable base 81 special attack, so maybe I could use it in special attack. But other than that, I'll mostly be using like a physical, maybe. It learns a lot of good moves. It learns moves like Extreme Speed, Outrage, and of course one of its most well-known signature moves, Thousand Arrows. If you don't know what Thousand Arrows does, it pretty much allows me to hit anything. It allows me to hit Levitate users, allows me to hit Flying type users, and Magnetize users. Nothing appreciates a Thousand Arrows unless if it's a bulky grass type. Other than that, I can see it doing some great work, especially if I can use Coil or Dragon Dance, Glare as a good option as well. So I can mon, despite I would say I would definitely draft Garchomp if I wanted to, but I kind of like Zygarde, not gonna lie. And to pair this up, I went for something cheeky. The next mon I drafted, say what you will about this mon, I think it's not a bad Wish Passer, and that's Jirachi. I've never got to use this mon. I've used a lot of the Pixie mons outside of maybe Celebi. I think Celebi and Keldeo are the only Keldeo and Celebi are like the only two mythical Pokemon at the moment that are available in Draft League format that I haven't really drafted and used. And not gonna lie, I kinda dig it. Of course, base 100 stats all around. Uh, Serene Grace, it's its most known for, with Iron Head, having access to some elemental punches. Does have good special attack moves. Doom Desire as like an option to go for. It does have setup. It does get cosmic power, so I might do something cheeky about that. I don't know. Other than that, it's also a great pivot user, stealth rock user as well. I kind of needed that because I was looking kind of dry on the hazard using side. This early in the draft, kind of. So I went for that. But other than that, I kind of like it. I kind of like the combination of Zygarde and Jirachi. A nice switch into ice type attacks. So looking forward to that. And the next one, I debated it, but then I kind of went with it because it also gives me some hazards as well. And this is the first time I've ever drafted this one too. I went ahead and picked up a Slurpuff. I don't know how to feel about this one. It has like really interesting average stats, but it's well known for its belly drum sets and whatnot, and it's also a sticky web user. So that's the hazard it has. So, and it also has Wish. So I have 3 Wish users. I have Jirachi, I got Slurpuff, and I got Vaporeon. So I'm looking kind of clean with the Wish passing. Also to mention that Vaporeon has cleric uses of Heal Bell, so definitely worth picking up. And if I remember, Slurpuff should have, yep, aromatherapy as well. So I got a Heal Bell user, aromatherapy user. I got some pretty good clerics to prevent like mons like Cinderace and Zygarde from being withered away by like status effects. So hopefully I could be use of that. Another thing to mention about Slurpuff, it does get Unburdened, which is the reason why it's such an interesting belly drum user. But also it gets Sweet Bell, which is also very interesting because it can't fall asleep. So I can use this as a spore switch in or a sleep powder switch in, hypnosis. So I could see some usage with Slurpuff. The next mon I went and picked up, not gonna lie, I was kind of lacking in the special attacking side. Don't get me wrong, like I mentioned, Vaporeon and Mega Venusaur both have really good firepower, but they're slow. Base 80 and base 60, kind of debatable. So I went ahead and I was like, you know what? Let's go a bit risky on my points. And I went ahead and picked up Thundurus, the incarnate form. And I've never really used incarnate before because I've always used Therian. But you know, I kind of like it. It's a prankster user, so I got some priority as well. Also a defiant user, so if you try to use like Defog or something like that, expect a +2 in attack. It does have some good offensive attacks, but other than that, I want to use it mainly for my special attacker because I am liking the special attacking side. And I think Thundurus covers that relatively well with its dual typing. Don't expect, I mean, there is one thing to mention regarding about the rules. I am allowed to use moves that are not available in Sword and Shield, so I can use like Pursuit, Return, Hidden Power. So expect maybe I could run like a Hidden Power flying Thundurus because it does not get any other good any special flying attacks, if I'm not mistaken. Because I mean, it does learn like some offensive ones, but other than that, but in the physical side. But other than that, not so much in the special side. So, but it does get default. So maybe in some aspects that I don't use Cinderace as a hazard control. I can use Thundurus. It does have some decent stats to run a rather bulky set. In terms, especially when using Prankster. So who knows? And the next one that I wanted to draft, this one, I don't know. I kind of had an iffy feeling about this mon. I wanted like an offensive mon, but when I picked up Surfetchy 10s. After seeing how well it was performing in LDL, I was like, maybe I should draft this one. And when I picked it up, really good attack stat. Base 135 is no joke on such a small bird. And its offensive move pool is really good. Knockoff, close combat, Nice Slash, Poison Jab, First Impression. So this might be a really good Bandit user, not gonna lie. I can see it being used relatively well with that. I could also run like Leak, so I can try to do like crit attacks if I want to. But other than that, it's not fast, but it's for some reason it's one of those mons that just doesn't die in one hit, and then it just comes in and is like, okay, where's your switch in? Where is it? Because it has Scrappy, you can't switch into your Ghost type because I'm gonna bop it with close combat. So this was a steal pick. It was like 7 points, so it was pretty low, and I was like, I'm surprised it's that low. But I went in and picked it up, and it's really worth picking it. It also gets defog, so I have another defog user, hazard control user. So really looking forward to it. Next mon, I noticed that I was once again lacking in that hazard setup because I don't want to use Jirachi all the time on rocks. And Slurpuff, as much as I like Sticky Web, yeah. So I went ahead and picked up a mod that I tried out before, and not gonna lie, with the buffs in Sword and Shield, I think it might be useful again. And I went ahead and picked up Armaldo. Really cheap mon to pick up. It was like 3 or 4 points. Much of a steal. It doesn't get many weaknesses, but it doesn't get any as many resistances. So I have to be careful with that. With its bug and rock type. Other than that, it's offensively slow, but it's not that bad. It's a battle armor, so I don't get to get crit by anything. It can also be a Swift Swim user. I doubt I use Swift Swim any rain setup, but who knows? Especially with its like base 45 speed. But it does get Rapid Spin, and it does get Rocks. So, and if you don't know about Rapid Spin, it has gotten buffed in terms of both damage and the way that it now gives you a +1 speed. So, who knows? I could probably use this mon offensively speaking. Other than that, it's a really good offensive mon. In the physical side, does get priority in Aqua Jet, so that's pretty nice. Other than that, fortunately, it does not get Leech Life. I am so sad that this mon doesn't get it. I mean, because it, if I'm not mistaken, it can learn Absorb, but no, wait, I don't know. I'm thinking a Kabuto. Because if I'm not mistaken, yeah, it learns like Bug Bite, but it just does not learn Leech Life. I'm like, come on, man, anyways, it's a really good rock offensive user as well with Stone Edge or Rock Blast. Does have some great coverage as well, so who knows? This mon can show off its worth, especially in the points range. Next up, I was kind of missing a dark type. And I was like, oh boy, I need to make sure my points are okay. And noticing that my points are a bit leaking, I need to make some choices. So I did my best for the last 3 picks. So first off, I went ahead and picked up Balfalant as my normal type. Because, not gonna lie, normal types are kind of beneficial. Especially when there's a move called Poltergeist that was added thanks to the Isle of Armor that works like the opposite version of Knockoff, where it does tremendous damage, but you can use it over and over as long as the opponent has an item. And Balfalant, having that with that normal type, I can easily switch into ghost types a little bit more comfortably, despite them having like weakness. But I'll figure out a way to deal with that. It does get Reckless, so I can able to use Head Charge, its signature move, so it deals so much damage. Sap Sipper is also really good coverage as well. Other than that, it's slow, but it's not bad in terms of bulk. Like base, I believe it's like base 95 and Valve. There we are. Yeah, it's like base 95 in HP, defense, special defense. Not that bad in terms. And base 110 is actually pretty good in front as use for offensive capabilities. It does get close combat now, so that's really good. It also gets to learn throat chop, so you can be able to deal with ghost types. It also can be able to use its pursuit, so I got it a pursuit user. But yeah, pretty much some use on this mon, despite being so slow. So next up, as I mentioned before, I did have a chance to get a dark type, but I also got a chance to get a ghost type, and that mon is Spirit 2. It's slow, not gonna lie. I'm just gonna say it's slow, but it's really interesting. Pressure as one of its abilities, so I can be able to pressure down my opponents in their moves. Infiltrator, also really good to move. It doesn't have bad stats outside of HP. Its speed, it's a floating spirit in a lock. It's not gonna move that fast. Other than that, it does have really good, interesting stats. Base 92 in attack and special attack. Base 108 in defense and special defense. So it can be useful in some sort of way. The HP could be better. In terms of offensive capabilities, it does get like Dark Pulse, Shadow Ball, Priority and Sneak, and Sucker Punch. It does get access to coverage and Psychic. It's not bad. I mean, but it doesn't get tricked. That's the one thing I'm kind of sad about. It's like, if I got tricked, I could actually use some benefits on it, but it wasn't the case. But it does get tricked, so I could do something about it. Other than that, it's okay. It's not bad, but I definitely needed a dark type, and this was one of the cheaper ones I was able to afford. May change this up in the future, who knows. And last but not least, my last pick. I only had like 1 point left. I was like, you know what, let me draft the 1 point pick mon. And I was like, what should I draft? What should I draft indeed? I picked up Delibird as my 1 pointer. It's not bad. I mean, it has Vital Spirit, so I can be able to switch into sleep moves. In theory. I mean, its stats isn't great. Its speed is okay, but it does get Rapid Spin. It does get Defog, and it does get Spikes. and it does get freeze dry. So, despite its stats, I could find some form of usage with this mod. Who knows? I may change this up. Don't quote me on it. But I may change up my team just a tad bit on my last couple of picks. But other than that, I think my team looks pretty good. Technically speaking, I am very strong in the offense capabilities. Special attack should, I've been thinking about it. I may have to improve that eventually, but at the moment, it doesn't look too bad. And I really like my core of Jirachi, Zygarde, and Slurpuff. 2 Wish Passers to pivot into Zygarde. Nice healing Wish user and a aromatherapy user. So who knows? I have good vibes with it, and whenever I have good vibes with the team, I'm more than likely gonna have a good season. But who knows? We'll see how things go. But yeah, that's the end of the analysis of my overall draft. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, go ahead and leave a like. It really helps out. You can always follow. Well, you can follow me on Twitter at Spartan275, as I'll be posting up the YouTube videos over there if the notification bell doesn't work. You can always subscribe as well. It's always optional. It's always free. I'm not pressuring you to click that button, you know. But other than that, I'm gonna go ahead and end it off here. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. And until next time, I'll catch you guys later.